Good afternoon. Self-centered here. I am here today to talk about self-preservation. I understand that we've been socialized as women globally, since we were children, to put everyone's needs and desires before our own. We were trained to be people pleasers from a very young age, trained not to say no, that saying no made people angry and unhappy with you, and that if you were a nice person, to be a good person, you just had to tell everyone yes. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is not true, that it's nothing but a manipulation. It's literally a manipulation that you have been conditioned to respond to a certain way since you were a very small child, and you need to make an active effort to break that, and it will be uncomfortable at first. It's your responsibility to put yourself first. You are your responsibility. And I wish people would understand that, women specifically. You are your responsibility, your first responsibility, even before your children. You have to put on your own oxygen masks first. Because if you are not cared for, if you are not okay, then your kids are certainly not going to be okay. You are what they got, and you know this already. You also know that you are what you got. You are what you got. And I really need people to understand that at the end of the day, you are your first responsibility, so you should make yourself your first priority. How are you going to achieve being a good mother or a caregiver in general if you're falling apart? So this is like just a general statement, because this can apply to any situation. It can apply to a situation with any sex. It can apply to personal life. It can apply to career. No matter what, I need you to practice self-preservation. Your welfare should be your priority. And that's including if you have children. I'm so tired of hearing about my kids and I'll do anything for my kids, everything but take care of yourself. Everything but set an example of health and proper and consistent self-care. Because exhibiting this whole struggle and toil and suffer and just make it no matter what, your kids are seeing this. They see it and they internalize it. I will tell you from personal experience that when I went out on my own into the world, I had a lot of anxiety. And that anxiety came because my parents had been telling me since I could remember, since I was a very small child, how hard the world was going to be. It's just going to be so difficult, you know what I mean? You don't know how hard it is out there. To the point that when I actually got out there, it really wasn't as bad as what they had said. And not to say that it's not difficult, because it absolutely is. It's the kind of toil that is like, it works on you over time. But it really does depend on your headspace. You have to be the master of your own mind and your thought patterns, and things can really improve. Like, your circumstances can be exactly the same, like your physical circumstances be exactly the same, but you experience things differently because of your mindset. That's a very real thing. And anyway, I'm getting away from the self-preservation. I say all this to say, self-preservation is paramount, and it should be your number one priority, because you can't take care of anyone unless you're taking care of yourself. You can't be there for anyone if you're not in good health, if you're not if you're not strong. How can you pour from an empty cup? And I see too many times women specifically just dragging themselves, emptying themselves to the point where there is nothing left. Just give, and never get anything back. And I don't understand that. I never have. Call me selfish, I don't care. I've been being called selfish since, at least since I'm like 4. Seriously. And, I just don't care. You know what I mean? You can call me selfish, but you won't call me a chump. That's what you won't be calling me. Anyway, this is self-centered. I say be self-centered. And I'll see you next time with another video.